Hi, and welcome to Session 4 of Learn and Master Guitar. This time we're going to talk about the 5th and the 6th string. We've already covered the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Now we're up to the 5th and the 6th. We're going to look at the notes on those strings. Once we conquer those, we have conquered all the notes in the first position. And that's what today is all about, wrapping up all of our notes. We've learned 2/3 of them so far. We've got 1/3 more of the notes to come. And then we're going to put it all together. We also need to talk to you about sharps and flats, playing in different keys. And we're going to learn 2 more chords. We're going to learn an A minor and an E. So I hope you're ready to get started. Let's go ahead and have some fun. Now we're going to talk about the notes on the 5th string. There's 3 more notes on the 5th string. Starts out with an open A. 5th string open is A. Let's play it one more time. A. Now you'll notice we're at 2 ledger lines deep underneath that staff. Guitar reads pretty low on the staff. We'll get as low as 3 ledger lines when we talk about the notes on the 6th string. But at A, that's 2 ledger lines down. Take a good look at it. Sometimes it might get confusing when we start adding those ledger lines, but the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. The second note on the 5th string is a B. With our 2nd finger on the 2nd fret, here's a B. Okay, now you try and play it with me. Ready? Now the 3rd note on that 5th string is a C. We've learned A, we've learned B, and now we're going to learn C. 3rd finger, 3rd fret, C. Ready? Let's play it together. C. Okay, let's go through all the notes. A, B, and C. All right. Take a look at your 5th and string exercises. We're going to do number 1 on that. We just works this out on those lower notes. Now, as we're getting to these lower notes, make sure that your wrist is underneath the guitar. If your wrist is way up here, then you're going to start running out of fingers when we start trying to play notes way down here on the neck. You got to lower that wrist. I know you want to put this up. That helps you with your hand strength, but you need to get these fingers stronger so that they need to do what they need to do. And part of that is lowering that wrist down a little bit. So keep that wrist nice and low. Make sure you got some air space right in here. Okay, as we go down for these low notes. Here we go. Exercise number 1. Let's play it together. Starts on that low A. Ready, go. A, 2nd finger B, now C, 2, 3, 4, C, B, A, good, A, C, A. Very good. Let's try it one more time. Let's do it a little bit faster. Ready, play. A, B, C, 2, 3, 4, C, B, A. There you go. A, B, A. Good. All right, look at exercise number 2. We'll slow it back down a little bit. We added some 8th notes into it. Let's see if we can do this one. Ready? Exercise number 2. Ready? Play. A. Do it again. Do it again. A. Very good. Okay, now let's learn the notes on the 6th string. This is the last gasp of notes that you need to learn here for a few minutes. On the 6th string, we have open E, 3 ledger lines down. That's as low as you go. You don't get any lower than that on a guitar. 3 ledger lines down, that's an E. Then 1st finger F, and 3rd finger G. Well, now wait a minute. We got E, F, and G. Just like on the 1st string, we have open E, F, and G. The 6th string is an E as well, and so we go E, F, G. Okay? Now, that sixth string is a good bit thicker than all the rest of the strings. You're really going to have to push those fingers down, give them a good workout doing these sixth string exercises. It may be a little buzzy at first, it may come out, sound a little bit like that. Just work on that hand pressure a little bit, make sure you're doing all the right things, hugging up right behind that fret, and you'll get those notes to sound out clearly. Even if it's buzzy now, you keep working at them and they'll get steadier and stronger. Let's do those sixth string exercises. We're going to start on that page, exercise number 3. Ready? We'll go nice and slow. Ready? Play. E, F, G, G, F, E. Now some eighth notes. Down, up. Pretty good. Let's try it one more time. Ready? Go. All right. Now, let's put all of the notes together, everything that we've learned so far, and do exercise number 4. Look at all those eighth notes. We're going to take it pretty slow. Okay? We're just going to go through all these notes one by one. Ready? Starts down on low E. Ready? Play. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, G, G. Okay, now we're going to head back down. You ready? G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E. Very good. Those are the notes we've learned on the 5th and 6th string. 5th string, A, B, and C. 6th string, E, F, and G. Let's review all of our first position notes. When I say first position, I mean down here on this end of the guitar. Position, when I say position, that refers to your fret that you're on. Sometimes you'll be in the 5th position. That means you start your hand on the 5th position, on the 5th fret. If it's 3rd position, you'd start your hand and you do your fingers. Remember, 1st finger, 2nd finger, 3rd finger. Pinky covers both. That would be like a position that would be in 3rd. But we're going to be down in 1st position, and that's where we've learned all of our notes. Okay, so let's review one more time. On the 6th string, we've got E, F, and G. E, F, G. Then on the 5th string, A, B, and C. A, B, C. The 4th string, we've got D, E, and F. The 3rd string, we've got G and A. 2nd string, we've got B, C, and D. E, F, and G. Okay, now we're going to go down backwards. Try not to look at the music. I want you to just look at your hands or just think about what these notes are as we play them down. Okay, get them inside, internalize these notes rather than just reading them off the page. I want you to understand where they're at. Try not to look at the music. Let's just go down backwards. Say the notes while you're playing them. Ready? G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E. Very good. Okay? Now, let's go. If you look at your first position note exercise, we're going to do number 1 there. We're going to climb up basically a C scale. We haven't learned about scales yet, but it is a C scale. And it starts on 5th string, 3rd fret, that's C. Ready? Play. And it goes back down. Very good. Let's play it a little bit faster now. Ready? There you go. Now, we're going to do one more exercise that incorporates all the notes that we've learned so far. Minuet in C. Take a look at that in your books. Open that up. Let's go through that slowly one time. Here we go. Ready? Play. One, two. Two, three. Very good. Okay, now we need to talk about one more concept. Sharps and flats. Now I'm sure you've been wondering, we've got, like on this first E string, we've got open, first, and third, but what's this note in between? What's that note? Well, just like there are black keys and white keys on a piano, each of them being a half step apart, a guitar, every fret that you see on the neck is exactly one half step. And different notes either have a half step in between them or don't have a half step in between them. Half and whole steps is what this is called. When you have two half steps put together, makes up a whole step. But each of these is one half step apart. So now we're going to talk about the notes that are in between the notes. And there's two ways to look at them. Let's talk about sharps first. The little number sign looking symbol is a sharp sign. What that means is it takes whatever note that is in front of it, you see the sharp sign, you raise that note up one half step, one fret's worth on your guitar. And that's what sharps do. You've learned all the notes so far. Now we're just going to adjust those notes a little bit using sharps and flats. Let's look at the sharp line first. We're going to start on this F, first finger F. Now, remember, finger rules apply, so when I go to this F sharp, which would be right here, my second finger would cover that. First finger covers everything in the first fret on all the strings. Second covers anything on the second. Third covers anything on the third. Pinky pulls double duty. Anything that happens on the fourth or the fifth, pinky covers. So we have F, and now we've got F sharp. Okay, then we've got G, and then we've got G sharp. On this next string, we would have a C, then a C sharp with our second finger, D, then a D sharp with our pinky. Good. On the third string, we would have open G. Well, now how do I sharpen open string? Well, you put your first finger on that string, and that would be a G sharp there. Okay, so we have G, we've got G sharp. Second finger would be A. After that would be an A sharp. Okay. On the fourth string, we have D. How did we sharpen open string? Put our first finger on that first fret. D sharp, then E. Oh, here's our first problem. If I wanted an E sharp, that would be on the third fret. But that's already an F, you're probably saying to yourself. You're exactly right. An E sharp is an F. F is the more common name, so you hardly ever hear it referred to as an E sharp. But I guess technically it would be an E sharp. There's the F. If we wanted an F sharp, we've got our pinky over here. The fifth string, we've got open A. If I wanted A sharp, it'd be there. B, then B sharp, or more commonly known to as C, then C sharp. On the last string, let's just start on the F. Second finger F sharp, third finger G, G sharp. See how those work? Sharps. Sharps go up a half step. Now let's talk about the opposite way. I can take a note up a half step, but I can also take a note and bring it down a half step, and those are called flats. When it is a flat, that's that little B, kind of looks like an italicized B. That's a flat sign. When you see that by a note, you play the note a half step down from where we had done initially, if it were just plain. Okay? So let's do a few of these. Starts out on a G. Now if I wanted a G flat, I would not go up this way. I wouldn't go this way on the neck. I would go back down this way, which would be a G flat. Got it? G, G flat. Now wait a minute. Where was that F sharp that we learned a little bit ago? F, F sharp. F sharp and G flat are the same note. You're just looking at it from different perspectives. If I'm on an F, I would look up, there would be an F sharp. If I'm at a G, I'm looking down on it, flatting it, that would be a G flat. So when you get into these sharps and flats notes, a lot of times you can come at it from either direction, so you have two names for the same note. So we have G flat, then we have F. Let's go down the neck, open, and here's our first problem. How do I flat an open string? I can't get any lower than an open string. The rule says you go down to the next string, which would be the second string, and you use your pinky. So that would be an E flat. The rule is you go down to the next string and you use your pinky. So here's an E flat. Let's keep going. D, D flat, C, then B. Okay, here's the one exception to the rule. Here I just taught you a rule, and this is going to be the one exception to the rule. On the third string, just has to do with how the guitar is tuned and how it's been tuned over the ages. A B flat, which is what we're going for, would not be with your pinky, which is what the rule would say. This is the one exception. A B flat is with your third finger. B, B flat, A flat, G. Now we're back to our rule again. How do we flat an open string? We go the fourth finger, the next string down, G flat, F, E, E flat, D, let's keep going, D flat, C, B, B flat, A flat, G, we're giving our pinky a good workout, G flat, and F. Very good. And that's sharps and flats. Okay, one more concept I need to tell you about in sharps and flats. Sharps and flats have a time duration on them. Time duration, what that means is they are good for one measure. So if you look in your example there, an F going to an F sharp, once I sharp that F, then that F is sharped for the rest of the measure. No matter whether it's high F, low F, or medium F, whatever F, as soon as one F is sharped, all Fs are sharped for the complete rest of the measure. Once I hit that bar line, then it resets again. Now what if I get to that second F sharp and I really don't want it to be an F sharp? How can I cancel it out? That's where you use a natural sign. A natural sign looks like kind of two L's backed up against each other. That cancels out a previously held sharp or flat. Okay, we're going to learn two chords today. We're going to learn an A minor and an E. The M standing next to the A, that's the minor. It's a symbol for minor, so A minor. Let's go through it. Let's take a look at the A minor. There's nothing happening on the sixth string. The fifth string is open. On the fourth string you have your second finger. Third string you have your third finger down there on the second fret. First finger on that C, and the last string is open. If I played them in each note individually, it'd sound like this. One more time. All together. That's an A minor chord. Now, an E chord has exactly the same finger shape if you just move everybody up a whole string set. Just move everybody up a whole string set and you end up with an E chord. Got it. It's a 6-string chord. Use all 6 strings. Let's do it individually. let's go through your two exercises, your three exercises there. Exercise 1 goes from between the A minor and the E. It just practices jumping you between those two chords. Here we go. A minor, ready, play. 2, 3. Now an E. 2, 3. Back to the A minor. Back to E. And it ends up on that A minor. Okay? Exercise number 2 starts with a C. We're going to combine some of our other chords that we've already had. Remember, we had the C, the G7, and now we are adding the A minor and the E. Let's do exercise number 2. 1, 2, ready, go. A minor. Here comes that E. G7. C. Okay, now in exercise 3, I throw them in there together. They're all mixed up together, but they change a little bit faster. I'll take this one pretty slow for you. Exercise number 3. Ready? C chord. Now an A minor chord. G7 for 4 beats. 2, 3, 4. Open E. 1, 2. A minor and a C chord. Very good. Now, let's talk about your assignment for this session, session 4. What I want you to do is all of the notes in the first position, go through them, say them and play them, all the way from low E up to high G. Say them and play them. Try and do them with the music, try and do them without the music, and just memorize them. There's also some notes in the first position exercises there that I'd like for you to cover. We're also going to cover 3 songs. Our biggest songs yet, Simple Gifts, Minuet in G, and the Star-Spangled Banner. So work on those, and we can work on them together in the workshop time. Now, let me talk about some guitar tips. In the guitar tips section today, I wanted to just cover, I didn't want to cover any material, but I just wanted to encourage you. If you're serious about guitar playing, what you need to do is work hard at it. I can present it to you in a fairly short amount of time, but you will only get better with the effort that you put into it. And a little bit of effort, it's the guys that put slow, consistent effort into it are the ones that actually end up playing guitar at the end of the day. It's not the guys that always dream about guitar playing or hang around guitar players or anything like that. Those aren't the ones that actually get the job done. I've been teaching for years and I've been playing for years and years and years, and I have not found another way to get better other than good old hard work. Sitting on your couch, sitting on your bed, doing simple exercises. You may feel like, why am I doing these dopey little tunes when I really want to be playing great stuff? I have not found another shortcut to be able to do it other than working hard. So I just encourage you, if you've made it this far in this series, you're obviously serious about what you're doing, and I would encourage you to keep it up. We've finished through the single notes, and we're getting ready to start into chords, which is kind of another hemisphere of guitar playing, and you're getting ready to come into some fun stuff. But your hard work here and diligence will pay off. Okay, welcome to Session 4, Guitar Workshop. Here's where we get the job done. Here's where we really get the skills that we need to get done. You ready? Let's practice. First thing we need to do is review all of our notes that we've gone through so far. So we're going to starting on that low E. Let's go through them. And let's play them and say them together. You ready? E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Let's go down backwards. G, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. through those one more time, a little bit faster. Ready, play. Back down. Make sure your fingers are moving just like a machine, just coming on and off just like you want them to. When they're not playing something, they should be hovering right above the fretboard. Okay? Now, let's go through all of your notes one more time. This time we're going to go pretty fast. See if you can keep up. Ready? Play. One more time. Okay, now let's do a couple of exercises. If you look at your 5th and 6th string exercise sheet, we're going to look at number 4 on that sheet. So let's do that. Number 4 on the 5th and 6th string exercise sheet. You ready? Let's play. Ready, go. G, G, G. Now you go back down. There you go. Now, we also learned 2 chords. We learned an A minor and an E. Let's review those. Here's an A minor. Here's an E. Let's play 4 A minors and 4 E's. Go. One more time, 4 A minors. E. And A minor. 2, 3, 4. Very good. We also learned about sharps and flats. Remember, sharps take whatever note you're playing and you raise it up a half step. Okay? 1 fret's worth on the guitar. Remember our exercise that we did? Let's go through a couple of those. On the 1st string, F, then F sharp would be with our 2nd finger. G, G sharp. On the 2nd string, C, C sharp, D, and D sharp. And we have open G. How do we sharpen open string? With our 1st finger, G sharp, A sharp, next string, D, D sharp, E sharp or F, then F sharp, open A sharp, B, C, C sharp, open E, F sharp, G, and G sharp. Now remember, flats go the opposite way. Instead of going up a half step, which would be this way on the neck, they go down a half step, which would be going the opposite way. So if we started on this G, it'd be G, G flat, F, E. Remember our rule? How do we flat an open string? We go to the next string down, use our pinky, E flat, D, D flat, C, B. Here's the one that's different. 3rd finger on the B flat, A flat, G, G flat, F, E flat, D, D flat, C, B flat, A, G, G flat, and F. Okay? Now, we need to cover a couple of songs. The songs that I asked you to play were the Star-Spangled Banner, Minuet, and Simple Gifts. We're going to start with the Star-Spangled Banner. So go ahead and get that out. Let's take a look at this. We're in 3/4 time. Now you'll notice the first two notes are just 2/8 notes, and it's not even a full measure. Those are called pickup notes. They occur actually before the first full measure of music. It's quite a common thing in music. You just play those and don't worry about them. Just play as if they were coming right into that first beat. You ready? Here we go. 1, play. F sharp with your pinky. There you go. 2. 1, 2. Here comes that F sharp again. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. F sharp, G, 2. Now you'll notice in the last measure you have a half note. Well, it should have 3 beats in it. Where's the other beat? That makes up for where those pickups came in. If there's a partial measure at the beginning, there's going to be a partial measure at the end, truncated so that they both match up to make a full measure. Why they do that, I don't know why they do that, but that's kind of how it is. Well, let's play Star-Spangled Banner one more time, this time a little bit faster up to tempo. Now you'll notice the rhythm is slightly different from how we sing it. That's because we haven't quite got to some of the more complex rhythms yet of which Star-Spangled Banner has in it in our more common vocal version of it. So just bear with us. If you want to throw this in, you're more than welcome to. We're going to pick it up a little bit and do it one more time. Ready, go. 1, 2. Pause there. Now you see how I adjusted the rhythm a little bit to be more like our vocal version of it. Okay, now let's take a look at Simple Gifts. Now you'll notice in this one there's a sharp sign way up at the very beginning. It's not even by a note or anything. That's called a key signature. We'll talk more about those later, but all this means it's kind of like a global setting on your computer. Once that there's a sharp sign over that F, that means that every F in the entire song, whether high, medium, or low, is going to be sharped. And it doesn't even have to have a sharp sign by it. Once that sharp sign is up in the key signature right up at the front of the song, that means every F you see is going to be an F sharp. Okay? Whether it's high, medium, or low. Okay? So here we go. Let's do simple gifts. Got a pickup note again? Here we go. Ready, play. Here comes that F sharp. There you go. Keep going. 1, 2. Very good. Very traditional song. Now, we're going to play through it one more time, but I particularly want to work with you on that one measure. What is that, the fourth measure of that song? It has an F sharp in it. Okay? Let's just do that measure and work on it slowly. We'll do it a couple times, then we'll play the whole song again. So in that measure 4, it goes, starts on that A. Do it one more time. A little bit faster. Very good. Okay, let's play Simple Gifts one more time. I'll do it a little bit faster now. See if you can keep up. Ready, go. There you go. That's Simple Gifts. Now the next one we need to cover is Minuet. Okay, let's take a look at Minuet in G. That G is referring to keys, which we'll learn a little bit more about later, but look, it also has that F sharp up in the corner. So what does that mean? All the Fs are going to be sharped. Okay? So let's go ahead and try and play it nice and slow. You'll probably recognize the melody. Ready, play. Here comes an F sharp. There you go. Here's another F sharp. F sharp. One last F sharp. 2, 3. Next page. Here comes a C sharp with our second finger. Dotted half note. 2, 3. This is a little tricky here. That's going through it. Kind of slow. Let's see if we can play it a little bit faster now. You ready? Remember those F sharps? There's also that C sharp in there. Here we go. Ready? Play. Next page, go. Two, three. Very, very good. Okay, remember your practice schedule. If you can be putting in 15 to 20 minutes 5 out of 7 days of the week, that is about the time span you need to make good progress with all of this. Guitar playing can be a rich and rewarding skill, and effort will help you improve. So keep working hard at it, and I'll see you next time.